TKO Talk.
Yeah, I'm sure you saw Erin Blanchfield's big win. A lot of people are saying, like, they just want her to fight Valentina next. Like, they're kind of even overlooking this fight. Do you think that's disrespectful? And what do you make of Erin's ascension up the division?
Well,
This one has been a fight I have long wondered what it would look like, and now we're here. I do concede it is possible the timing is not in line with maximum potential and being a technical thriller, as Brian Campbell would say, and even has potential to be more dull than exciting. But I do hope this one stays together and both athletes are healthy going in, because this fight is so important for both of them. And being someone who has not missed a single fight from either of these ladies, or an interview of importance, I am concerned for several things. You know, Rose in general looks like a polished fighter against anybody, but there are 3 different blooms of Rose that can pop up for any given showdown. We can either get an inspirited aggressor prone to making mistakes and bad decisions, a focused technical counter-striker with patience, maybe sometimes a little too much patience, and worst of all, the one that just comes out to wilt the night away. But ladies and gentlemen, I do believe Thug has a new vigor for this run after the Maverick win. That too was much needed for her. In a rematch with the right Rose showing up, I believe she beats Erin Blanchfield. If Rose Namajunas comes with the heat and the focus, we may see the best contested jabs available from the women on the UFC roster. There really is potential to see some dope-ass martial arts striking here. I lean toward the idea of it going this way because they both have to know that Valentina is not sticking around. I think a vacated title is on the horizon, which only adds to the importance of this fight. Putting a big focus on wrestling for this contest shouldn't be the highest priority for either of them. If you look at the rankings, Erin Blanchfield is surrounded by strikers and has already proven to fall short against such. Both sides should prioritize the stand-up from my point of view, for this fight and for going forward, which is another concern. Alexa Grasso herself altogether. She is extremely professional, like in all settings involving the cameras, the microphones, the shows, but I do wonder what thoughts she has had since first winning the title. Upon reflection, it seems to me that Alexa holds a lot back during interviews, which is totally fine and probably the right thing to do, but as an observer and fan of hers from day one in her MMA career, I feel like she has some internal frustrations. There has, and no one really talks about it, but there has been a lot of piling on Grasso since Noche at Sphere. It is understandable on the surface, but going a bit deeper, man, Alexa was on ice for quite some time before the conclusion of that trilogy. The entire time she was trying to get a fight to get her reign popping. Most notably, the super fight with Zhang Weili at UFC 300.
Oh yeah. Thank you. Oh, having a party? Go ahead and throw it in the back of the truck, man. Oh yeah, it was hilarious.
I mean, looking back, her chances of securing that W were high, and I wonder of her frustration regarding that opportunity, and any others that didn't bubble up to the public. I wonder if criticism about her wrestling has gotten to her, and is now making her focus on it too much, taking valuable time away from her focus on stand-up. Alexa had a ton of momentum and high hopes going forward, given her station, and personally I believe a little naivete existed within her while she was envisioning. I'm inclined to believe her spirit got a bit deflated after everything played out the way it did. She had, and still has, a message for women, especially the kids, especially those in Mexico. She wants to use her platform for the greater good, but in order to do that, she needs to consistently adapt to the confines in which the platform is given. She wants to make an impact and represent for her country, and already has with a great deal of success, mind you, but Noche 3 in combination with the daydreaming of UFC 300 and trying to make it a thing via Instagram with Magnum had to be one of the bigger momentum killers for her, at least personally. The promotions were epic optics for Noche, you know? I brought it up many times. Grasso standing out there with the custom belt overlooking the venue, the video packages, even Tracy Cortez got one of those. But the reality was the event wasn't really about Alexa. And I do wonder if she views it the same way. And because of it, I wouldn't be surprised if Alexa Grasso was never the same again. Against Natalia Silva, Grasso, to me, looked uncomfortable. Truly the only word I can think of right now to describe that. She also looked slower than normal. She wasn't as accurate as she normally is. All of that concerns me when thinking of her future as far as recapturing the title for this division. And I do leave some room for the possibility that we need to hear more from her regarding future plans. Future plans. I think if Alexa looks like she did against Natalia in this fight against Rose Namajunas, I am gonna hope that she goes only for big names afterward. Namely, move down and hit up Mackenzie Dern, or Magnum if she's already gone down and took the belt back from Dern. And before any commenters get out of hand, I have shed tears with both of these women in celebration for their achievements in the octagon. I really do not want to see a low-tier version of either for this contest. Thug Rose may have a question mark or two around her as far as which version is going to show up, but I do believe she has a more focused goal in mind than what Grasso currently has. Again, this can change depending on what she comes out and says, but Grasso is so tight-lipped when it comes to interviews and podcasts, I don't think we're going to get much information that is revealing from her. Rose is looking at wanting to be a 2-division champion. I am wondering what Alexa is looking at right now. Recapturing the same title, revenge against Valentina, or just being a more complete MMA fighter to where she shows a new Grasso with dominant wrestling. I believe Alexa wanted to be active while she was on ice. I believe she has had mental barriers, just like Rose to be fair, but I think Grasso's are a bit more active, causing a bit more of a distraction. Maybe she's super quiet now and not showing any toes because she's going to blow us all away. Still, Rose should appear to be the hungrier of the two when it goes down. I don't expect trash talk, and personally I don't need it for this, but I do hope some good questions come out that provide more information on their mindset for both of them. I really don't care about training questions, but little pieces of dialogue sprinkled about that can give big clues for us to see where both of these women are at and if either of them actually care enough for us to be invested into this fight.
There you go! There you go!
And another thing, these ladies and their teams really need to consider the void of star power in the division pending. I say that because there could be some injections in interest, merch, tickets, for a couple of them. Thug Rose can still be a star, but we have to wait and see if Rose Namajunas gets in the way. Natalia Silva has motherfucking star written all over her, along with a story to boot. But the combination of that and the level of finishing rates or dazzling technique or dominance of each is what matters and makes the value. Sorry to say for some of us, for some of you out there, social media is just as important. Macy Barber is decent with social media. Not so much at making it to the octagon though. At least right now. Tracy Cortez just got the wings clipped. Erin is on a bounce back and can be a star if she keeps finishing Hainas and keeps setting the thirst traps on Instagram. Manon, I believe, would be a better fit for a heel presentation. But I'm a fan of Manon either way. Manon's flashy. I like the drip. All of these women I named pay attention because Valentina's leaving. She has put in the work, like it or not. The woman has earned her spot at the White House, and she will be waiting for either Kayla or Amanda. which only strengthens my pick for Ronda Rousey to be finally fucking taking on Juliana Pena, which you better believe I will be here for 1000%. It also lines up, just as a quick tangent, if someone were to drop out, you got Ronda and Pena there waiting in the wings for Valentina at the White House. It makes perfect sense to me. Anyway, this division needs someone to take charge in character, in performance, in social media, in a positive light with UFC and TKO. If you don't have the gall to get in that octagon and be hungry for this mega opportunity, don't waste our time. Don't waste your own time. Don't go in there and loll about just to get beat up on. Points no longer exist. The saying, don't leave it to the judges, the new saying that is the equivalent of that is points don't exist. This is not about honor anymore. It is the 2026 TKO era. I have told you clown shoe bench warmers ever since my boy Ari and Vince sat down with Mr. Clean Cut and announced the TKO WWE merger. I have been years ahead of all this. Maybe that's why I'm not mad about the matchmaking. I done been adjusted to this. I've tried to tell you every now and then someone comes in and says, wow, I can't believe you've been right this whole time. Meanwhile, you just want to follow brain rot. Cool, but I'm good anyway. What's poppin' is what gets booked. You want a title shot? Get it poppin'. And don't you dare drop out of a fight on the way. I don't care how much fucking caviar you can eat or how good you are at scrambling. That's what it is. Take it or leave it. So ladies, get it poppin'. That's it, I'm done.
I'm not surprised, motherfucker.